Hello everybody, how are you? Hope you're all well. It's Classic 80s Fanboy here. Now, what am I going to talk to tonight? Not loads of things really, not really loads of things to talk about. As you might not even be aware of, I've been laid up in bed. Well, I'm not laid up in bed, but I'm not been very well. I have what is known as cellulitis, which is an inflammation of your limbs, basically. And I have it in my right leg, and I've had it. I had it 2 years ago, but unfortunately, it's really its ugly head again. And basically, it's an bacterial infection of your skin. So it's not a nice thing to have. It's made me having to put my feet up and relax and chill out. I haven't been able to do much housework, which is a pain. But there, such is life. Now, as I said before last week, I don't care if I end up not talking to anybody, because at the moment I've got nobody on here, so nobody's really interested. But I'll just keep trying, because somebody's sometimes going to watch. Somebody some point is going to be interested in what I have to say. So, apart from being laid up, I've been having to think recently. Somebody at work wanted to know about whether I would whether I'd get all my collection insured. Bit of a tough one, that one. Would I get my collection insured? I'm not sure. To be honest, I'm not really sure. I'm thinking along the lines of, well, I haven't really got the things I've got are not really worth lots of money. Basically, they're not. It's my collection. It's something that I've been collecting since I've been in the Romany's band service, and I don't think I know I wouldn't want to part with it, but I don't think it's worth loads of money. So I can't really see me getting insured. I think it would cost quids. I think it costs too much money for what it is. I mean, to me, yeah, it's been nice to collect it, and yeah, I'm a bit of a dedicated collector. I like collecting things when they come out. I don't think I've got it. I know for a fact I haven't got everything, and there's no way I'm going to get everything. I know that. Otherwise, spending it. I mean, this collection is my personal collection. It's how I've. It's the things that I want to collect. Yeah. So, is it worth me getting insured? I don't think it is really. When I go and I don't think I'm going to be leaving it to any of my direct family, because they're not into Doctor Who. They don't like Doctor Who, which is a shame. And to be quite honest, I don't think they've really got any. My sons haven't even got any proper hobbies. There's nothing they're into. There's nothing they collect, and I think that at the end of the day, I think that's really sad. It is sad. But What can you do, eh? Now, what I'd love to do later on, and this is another thought as well, is like join some other streams so that I don't stream on my own, because it gets kind of boring when you're streaming on your own. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. I'd like to think I was part of a community, but sometimes I feel that I do join on their streams, and I've started. I only started YouTube in September last year, so I haven't been going that long. And some of these streamers have been going on for years. Some have been doing 7-8 years. It amazes me how they started from scratch and built themselves up, really, because I know it's taken me quite a while, and since September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, about 9 months, I've got 26 subscribers, which it's nice to get one subscriber, let alone 26. So that I consider to me, I consider a bonus. Yeah, I know not many people can break through this YouTube, this YouTube barrier as it is. It's what it is, a barrier. And I think a lot of people seem to think it's for the younger market, but I don't agree with that. Not in the toy collecting community. The toy collecting community now has got a lot of us mature guys in it, and we collect things because we love to collect them. I collect Doctor Who. I used to collect. I'll tell you this now, because probably not a lot of people probably would realise I had a Star Trek collection when I was in the Royal Marines Band Service. I had a proper full-on Star Trek collection. I had plates, I had duvet covers, I had figures, I had the Enterprise and Enterprise D. I had a Star Trek alarm clock. I had a lot of what was it? I collected the DVDs as well. I used to start collecting the DVDs from the magazine. I had a lot of stuff. Well, I thought I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of Star Trek T-shirts as well. And my God, I got bullied. I got bullied big time in the services, because people in the art in my lot that I was in, if you didn't fit in, you were just classed as a weirdo, basically, and nobody really wanted to get involved with you. If they thought you didn't fit, they wouldn't want to know you, basically. And regardless, I have plenty of colleagues in the band service. Never really had any really. I had a couple of really, really good close friends, but nobody I could open my heart and soul to, back in the day, because I was a sci-fi fan. I liked a lot of sci-fi, and I was just branded as being weird. He's a strange guy because he collects weird Star Trek stuff, and I was ridiculed for it. But that science fiction is part of my life. It always has been, ever since I was in my younger. Ever since I was a baby, really, from about 4. I was one of these people that hid behind the sofa whilst watching Doctor Who. Hell, I couldn't even watch Incredible Hulk without, hiding behind our. I mean, at the time, I can remember in the 70s we had red leather furniture, and I think we had a three-seater red leather sofa, and 2 red leather armchairs, and because they were shaped like that, they went in like a duck's bum, shaped in like that. I was able to hide behind there and just peek out every so often when let's just face facts. I was a scaredy cat when I was younger. Yeah, I'd admit that. I was a scaredy cat. I didn't really like an awful lot of stuff. Hell, I even used to cry and shout and scream when the hovercraft used to come in from the Isle of Wight. That because it was loud. Oh my God, it was. I think they were Rolls Royce motors. They were, really loud. And yeah, I used to cry with that. I used to cry and scream with that. Um, yeah, I was a kid. I was 4 years old. What else do you expect a 4-year-old to do? Um, but yeah, those were the days in the 70s. I have some good memories. I have some bad memories. I don't really want to talk about the bad memories on here because this is not the platform to do it on. But yeah. And yeah, as I said, I used science fiction as a bit of an escapism to stay out of the way, to just, yeah, to basically, get over the daily grind. Uh, I used science fiction when I was 16, and my parents got rid of me to deal for 2.5 years. I used that as a way of a coping mechanism. I mean, yeah, there were times I broke down when I was on the training because I thought I could hack it, and obviously I couldn't. I think what the idea of the armed forces, in my view, is that they break you down. They break you. You don't have a nervous breakdown, but they pull you apart, and then they put you back together in their image. They mold you into who they want you to be. So yeah, but all the way through, I still had an inkling that I still wanted to collect science fiction, and I was still interested in science fiction. The 80s, I'd say the reason I chose the classic 80s fanboy is that the 80s was my time. The 80s were my era. That's what I remember most. I mean, 90s, I might as well throw out the window. I didn't experience much of the 90s because when you're in the Marines, it was a case of like your life's ours now, and yeah, I didn't get. Well, if I'm honest, I didn't get much of it from 16 to 19 and a half from the training period when I was in at 16, almost 17, till I come out almost 20. The time in the middle seems to be a bit of a blur, really. So 91 to 94, couldn't really remember any, didn't. I can remember training, but I don't remember it all that vividly, and I couldn't tell you exactly what we did. Knew we were known as the troop that kept mucking up. That was one thing, sorry. When you end up with sore eyes, you're getting old. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, I didn't really know much. We didn't really. I didn't really bond with the others. I thought I would do the right thing and be the squeaky clean guy, and it turned out no. I shouldn't have been the squeaky clean guy. I should have just been somebody and just been myself. And I wish in a way I was myself for that whole period, because do I regret it now? No. But I'm not the same as what I was when I was 16. I know that for a fact. We all change. We all throughout life we change. We don't stay the same. We don't ever stay the same. We always and yeah, you can remember everything. You can remember some things going back, but your character changes. I think the older you get, the more you realise that it's. I mean, well, I'd say grow up, but I've never really grown up. Never. I've not really been a grown up. I have my own opinion. I'm a strong I have strong opinions, not necessarily everyone's cup of tea, and I can I can say that with a fact. I'm always upsetting the wife, or because I have an opinion about something that she doesn't like, and but that's part of my character. That's who I am. So yeah, as I say, this collection, going back to what I was talking about before going off on a tangent, this collection is something that I've built up over, well, Doctor Who came back in 2005, and I hadn't really started collecting until about 2008 properly, Doctor Who. So, well, I'd say about 15 years now I've been collecting properly, you know. And it all started off with me getting the DVDs. I've got the DVDs of the classic. I went back and started picking up the classics, and there were a lot of Doctor Who episodes I've never even seen before, the black and white ones especially. And the more I picked them up on DVD, the ones that we can get anyway, the more I started going back and reliving my childhood, basically, and going through the Tom Baker period and the Peter Davison period. They were my period, and by doing that, I was able to look back more at John Pertwee and Patrick Troughton. But I actually prefer, out of the three earliest Doctors, I prefer John Pertwee out of the other two. I loved his stories. The more I collected them on DVD, the more I got to like them, yeah, and yeah, so there was that. So I'm not going to do another video of another tour of my room. I've already done one already. I'm going to do one later on my bassoon, but same again. I've got bassoon here, being a bassoon player, and I've not really played it since I've left the band service, to be quite honest. I bought it when I left. I can remember I bought it definitely, and it cost me £5,500. And I thought, well, maybe one day I'll get back into playing and playing an orchestra again. And I ended up at the end, long and short of it, I ended up going into retail, and that has mean I have to work weekends. So it means I have to work on a Saturday and sometimes on a Sunday, and it means that I don't get a chance to join an orchestra, I don't get a chance to rehearse, and I don't get a chance to practice, which is a shame, really. But that's the way things have turned out. And every time that it needs a service, I couldn't believe, because I've got two. I've actually got I've got a polypropylene one as well, which I bought whilst I was in the van service, and that cost me £3,500. But even to get that serviced cost me £500. So I hate to think this one I've gotten, the one I've got now is proper wooden. It's maple. So I'd hate to think how much that would cost me to get serviced. Looking at probably another £500 to get that one serviced. You're looking at £1,000 for two instruments to get serviced every year. It was easy when you're in the band service. You'd have it done every couple of years, and you'd be able to take it away. Either the School of Music would service it, or we could take it to later on, near the end of my time. They worked out that we could take it to an outside source, because they were getting they cut down on the instrument repairers at the School of Music. So the bassoon, when the School of Music moved from Deal in Kent, where it originally was, to Portsmouth, some of the instrument repairers went, and they couldn't be hired. So basically we lost that. which is a shame. So yeah, that's basically, you know, what I wanted to talk about. That's why I don't want to get insurance. I don't want to pay for insurance. You've got to list everything. You've got to list every single piece of memorabilia you've got. And to be quite honest, I don't really feel like listing everything down. I've got so much intricate stuff. I've got ties. I've got lapel pins. I've got badges. I've got, you know, every little bit of memorabilia. Not every single bit of memorabilia, but quite a few little bits and pieces that I've collected over the years, and cufflinks and that lot. I'm not going to start logging them down and writing down I've got that. Maybe if I wanted to enter the Guinness Book of World Records, but at the end of the day, there's no way I'd win that. I don't have that much stuff, you know. I don't have thousands of items of Doctor Who stuff, you know. But yeah, I'm still going to keep collecting. There's nothing going to stop me that. And right, okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. As I said previously on another video recorded when I did the talked about CDs, Doctor Who CDs, I mentioned that I didn't like Jodie Whittaker's era of Doctor Who. I stand by that wholeheartedly. I really, for some strange reason, I really cannot get into this new tenure of Doctor Who since Capaldi left. It's not because she's a woman, so anybody wants to moan about that, don't bother, because I'm not interested in answering yet. I think the problem is the fact the stories are rubbish, and there's too much talk about what's going on now. B, she's been on there for so long and hardly been on any alien planets. There's never been any alien planets or anything. Virtually nothing. 3, they're not entertaining. I don't find them entertaining at all. In fact, most of the Jodie era, as soon as the episode comes on, within 20 minutes I'm fast asleep. That's how entertaining it is. I'm just not enjoying it. It's making me fall asleep. So what I believe that unless the BBC completely get rid of Chris Chibnall when his contract's up, and Jodie Whittaker moves forward, moves on to do other stuff, things in Doctor Who just are not going to get any better. You're not going to have any improvement. It's not going to improve, and I think it's just getting worse. And I can understand why viewers are turning off by their droves. The average viewer is not interested. It doesn't, you know. It probably could work with another type like David Tennant or Matt Smith. That's the formula they need to go back towards if they want to carry on with this new series. But at the moment, I've just got no interest in it, and it's a shame to say it, but you know, I used to like Doctor Who, and you know, I still love the classics, and I still watch a lot of New Who up to Pete Capaldi. But as of after that, nah, I can't. It's torture to me. It's torture. So I tend to leave it there, you know, and I generally move on to other things anyway. So there you have it. In a nutshell, that's basically my life, and still no one's been watching. Fantastic, you know. So we'll be carrying on with these live streams. I'll be doing it every so often, and I'll still record a video because I think I need to. As of yet, I got uh, haven't got any more projects to film. But at some point, I would like to go back over and into more depth about some of the 80s classic TV that we used to watch, you know, from Blake's Seven. One thing I've noticed is that with all the fans is that, don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Blake Seven, but the premise that when Blake was arrested at the beginning, when he was caught and arrested, and the charges that he had brought against him was now some of them charges were really quite dodgy, you know. But they got away with it in the late 70s, early 80s, because you know that was their idea of gripping television. So anyway, I've rambled almost on for half an hour. Nobody's come to join me in live stream, which is never mind. I just haven't picked the right format yet. All it takes is to pick the right format. As soon as I pick the right format and do the right thing, I'll get loads of people turning up and watching. And I can't wait for that day to happen. But it's going to take a while. I know I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not in it for the 5-minute job, which is why I've invested in a HD camera. I've got lights now poking in my face. So I'm going to be hanging around for a while. So if you're watching this on the rerun, please like. I'm going to do it this way. No, it's this way. So you've got like, share, and subscribe. If you like what you see, just subscribe, and come and say hello. I don't bite and I don't bark, and I'm like a big teddy bear, well, a massive cuddly bear. Everybody keeps telling me, and I'd be interested to hear your thoughts and what you think about this whole situation at the moment. Because to be quite honest, I get when I'm on YouTube, I do see a lot of people posting up videos and that lot about rumours and all that lot, and I've got to the stage where I don't really care no more. I'm not really interested. They seem to think that this next series is going to be the bestest ever. You know, the bestest ever. No, it's not. It's not. It's going to be exactly the same as what we've had previously. Or it'll be like the end of season 12, where it was so diversive that it's broken the fandom. And basically, it's broken the fandom. So well done, BBC. You've done yourself proud there. You've broken up Doctor Who fandom. Whether or not you liked it in the first place, I don't know, but you certainly damaged it to the point where I don't think people are that interested in getting back and getting involved again, you know. So I have my other collectors that I watch on YouTube. I have Retro Blasting with Mike and Melinda, Analog Toys with Tony Roberts, Toy Ploy with Dave, and videos of people picking up stuff at the Hills Are Alive. I watch them as well, because I like them picking up stuff at car boot sales, and it's something I would like to do once the car boots get back up and running again, and see if I could pick up some Doctor Who bargains, which, you know, to be quite honest, a few Doctor Who items I've picked up in charity shops, but most of it I have actually bought it from eBay, you know. And I'd like to think there is another place somewhere else, whether it's toy shows or car boot sales, that I can pick more Doctor Who stuff without paying over the odds for it, because to me it's just a piece of plastic. It's a piece of coloured plastic. It's not worth 50-60 quid. I wouldn't pay that much. I mean, the most I've paid is I think 25 for a figure. And I don't just collect Doctor Who. I've been collecting the DC Arrow figures as well. I've just finished. Well, I've got one more figure to get for the Arrow collection, and then I've finished that. And I won't be collecting any more DC figures because, to be quite honest, I don't think they're up to scratch. They're not great, and to some extent, you can say character options figures aren't that great, but they've got their little quirks. You know, they're quirky. I think they're quirky figures. And when you got Peter Capaldi that they mucked up on and made him taller than all the other Doctors, you know, if you put another Doctor next to Capaldi, he overtowers them, and he's not that tall, you know. But anyway, thanks for listening. Hope I didn't bore you too much when you look at the rewatch. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye now.